So this is part two. So if you're in South Africa and you're Zulu, and this is for Black Americans, nobody else, okay? But so listen up. This is part two. See the stitched video for the first part, okay? Because it's important. Okay, so right now we have Musk over here in the United States of America. All this stuff with the Zulu parade and Zulu and Mardi Gras, this all started right now. Okay, right now. So you have to understand by looking at the first video what I'm talking about, but there is a reason for it. There is a plan going on. Musk is already upset with the dynamic in South Africa, where he's from, right? So he's learning more of the dynamic here because Black Americans have a lot of power here, and in the history of Black America, we helped end apartheid there. That's like a in his side, we know. Okay, so the wealthiest man on earth, okay, and whoever he's working with. Okay, so I want to make some things happen, but Black Americans here may stop it like they did in the past. Well, if we can create dissension between the Zulu people who they love and always have, we ain't never had a problem with Zulu, and the Zulu have a problem with Black Americans, then aha, we have an opening, because if we can get them to really start with each other, they won't defend each other in any way, shape, or form. That's what they believe. Okay. Now, a person like me, I already know what I'm gonna do. I don't play that. Okay. But like, yeah. So that is the thing. Okay. I te- I'm a writer, so I think outside the box all the time. So, boom. That's it. Like, why now? Like, why now? That's why now. Because there's a plan coming up now. In the past, I have this documented. They actually documented it because one thing they do well is document everything. Okay. So one thing we know for sure is that historically they've done this. This happened in Rwanda, I believe. This happened all throughout the slave trade, okay? Because they emptied out a lot of areas of Black people, African people, to be able to take control of where? The continent of Africa. They moved a lot of some of the strongest out, okay? Because they came to what? Move the strongest out so they can build the nations over here. Well, that left Africa weakened, right? So this is and they did this by talking to one person, talking to another person, and then standing back as if they didn't do anything and watching them fight it out. This is what's happening today. So, and I noticed that white people from South Africa were like, yeah, y'all are doing this. Yeah, 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 yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, this ain't none of your this ain't none of your business. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I know this ain't none of your business. Like, you need to bounce back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to bounce back. This ain't none of your business, okay? Because I believe that if there's something that needs to be discussed, it needs to be discussed by leaders of the Zulu and the crew, the leaders of the crew of Zulu over here in New Orleans, right? So yeah, so that's who need to be talking, and no input from other people, okay? Because at the top of the game, because see, this is how Musk is doing now. White people stick together, even though they argue and stuff. They're like, we gonna argue with each other, but we ain't about to let no African person come in between us, or no African descended person come in between us, nothing like that. That's how they do. And so I know who started this. This was because I saw the video. Then he backed up and said, "What do y'all think?" And this blew up. This whole thing blew up. I can't even find the video, but it blew up. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Boom. And a lot of these accounts, like I said in my first video, are to create it. And who has the money to do it? All by himself. Who has the money to do it? Musk. And a lot of other people who who would gain from this dissension. Who would gain from it? Got to think outside, because, and that's why history is so important. And Black Americans, we love history. So yeah, that's why it's so important. And we have come up, and both our nations have come up with this type of dissension. They were good at splitting up stuff in South Africa. They were good at splitting up stuff over here, and they're also good at splitting up racially black groups to get gain from it. Okay, so yeah, yeah. Go back and watch the first video. This is real talk, y'all. This right here can be settled easily and without all that extra stuff. Okay, be settled easily. Let who needs to talk about it. If it's a problem, let whoever needs to talk about it. But don't let that one video stir up and then let them see, yeah, we getting it done. Don't give them that power anymore. Because something, I can smell it. Something is on the horizon they're going to try in South Africa.